Hey guys, and thanks for joining me for yet another video. In this presentation, we're going to take a look at how to make corned beef and cabbage. It's a quite easy recipe. It's just a few steps, and I'm here to take you through each and every one of them. So let's go. Hey guys, and thanks for joining me for yet another video. In this presentation, we are going to be making corned beef and cabbage. So to make corned beef and cabbage, you're going to need quite a few ingredients, or at least I prefer to use these ingredients. So here I have 3 cups of shredded cabbage, 2 cups of carrots julienne, a third of yellow, red, and orange sweet pepper julienne, 2 stalks of green onion that's been finely chopped, an onion that's about 2 cups of onion that's been sliced. I use onions heavily in corned beef. Spanish thyme that's been julienned as well. There's 4 leaves here that I chopped. As far as seasonings go, we're gonna need a bit of green seasoning, a bit of minced garlic, minced ginger, some chicken base seasoning, some black pepper, a bit of hot sauce, which is optional. I'm gonna use a touch of ketchup at the end, and of course, the star of the dish is your corned beef. So first thing first, in a pot, we're gonna put 3 tablespoons of oil, and we're gonna allow that to your oil that's been heating up. We're gonna add the ingredients that are a bit harder to cook, which would be your carrots and your cabbage. So we're gonna add all of our carrots and cabbage into the pot at this time, and we're gonna give that a mix. So after we mixed it in, we're gonna allow this to cook on a medium-high heat for about 3 minutes before we proceed with anything else. That's just to start getting them tenderized. So it's been about 3 minutes later, and now we have our onion, green onion, and Spanish thyme on the plate here, getting ready to go. So we're gonna put in all of our Spanish thyme. We're gonna put in half of our chopped green onions. And we're gonna put in 3/4 of our onions. We're gonna only leave back 1/4 of it, right? So, especially the bulkier pieces. So you're gonna leave back like 1/4 of your. At this point, you're also, after adding your onions and stuff, you're gonna be putting in your sweet peppers. Mind you, everything's on a medium-high heat. Now, as this goes in, we're gonna start seasoning things right away. So we're just gonna get our seasonings into the pot so that while this steams, it can absorb some flavor. So first thing first, we're gonna go in with 1 teaspoon of minced ginger, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of chicken base seasoning, half a teaspoon of green seasoning, that is just half a teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon of hot sauce. So after we added those seasonings there, we're going to start giving this a mix to incorporate into our cabbage. Our stove is still on a medium-high heat. We're not going to change the temperature setting. So yeah, it's been a total of, let's say from the start, we've been cooking for about 6 minutes in total. So yeah, we're going to just keep mixing these ingredients in together for about 1 minute till everything's incorporated, and we're gonna let this steam for 3 more minutes. Then about 3 minutes later, now I'm here with the ketchup. We're just gonna go in with about, I'd say 1 tablespoon of ketchup. This is also optional. I find it gives it a bit of a sweeter flavor, which I like. So yeah, so just about a tablespoon of ketchup. I'm gonna mix that in quickly. So for my vegetarians that enjoy these kind of nice flavors with, seasoned up really nicely, you could stop right here if you wanted to have a cabbage coleslaw. This can go right over top rice. It can go right over top dumplings and stuff. However, this recipe is cabbage and corned beef. So we're gonna just be going right in with our corned beef at this time. And then we're gonna start breaking it down into our cabbage. So now we can actually turn our stove down from medium high to medium low, which I've just did. And we're gonna start breaking down our corned beef. I'm gonna use a spatula because I find it just gets it, you know, chunked up nicely. I still have my spoon on the side, but I like to use a spatula to kind of help break it down. So I'm breaking down this half first, and then I'm gonna turn this half over top it and start breaking this down. So when you think you've broken it down enough, now you can actually start back up with your spoon, and you're gonna start spreading this around into your cabbage. So I go from the bottom up and I start stirring things in. I just want it to be evenly distributed and spread around throughout the cabbage. So yeah, I use the back of the spoon to help get the corned beef out. Once you see that it's been mixed in nicely, you can turn off your stove. And the last step would be to go in with our leftover onion and green onions that we left back. And we're gonna give that a mix to incorporate. So yeah, we're giving it that mix to incorporate those last ingredients we just added. It's really for garnish and to freshen back up the pot, you know, so we get nice colors integrated. So yeah, guys, this meal's pretty much done. And this is what it looks like up close and personal. You can serve this with anything. You can eat it with bread, you can eat it with rice, dumplings, you can eat it with provision, which is root vegetables. You can eat it with anything that you like. Hey guys, so I'm just back to show you the finale. I have my corned beef and cabbage here. It's served with dumplings and a little portion of rice that's been steamed. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys how I served it up. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So yeah, I hope when you try it, you have these same results, and don't be afraid to get in there and make